Welcome to Utiliko. We strongly believe that you have made the right decision to implement Utiliko within your organization. We believe that Utiliko will make your organization a lot more efficient, and it will create transparency across your entire operation and staff. It will save you countless amount of time, money, and resources because it combines all of your essential services within one platform. Even though Utiliko is extremely powerful, it is very simple to use. About 90% of your functionality is actually located within 2 clicks. So let's get started. The first thing when you log into your Utiliko account is your dashboard. Depending on your permission, you get to see as little or as many options as you have been given access to. It is important to note that we completely keep track of everyone's time. So the first thing you do when you come into the platform is you should clock in. This is your 8 to 5 shift. When you come in the morning, when you leave, you clock in and then you clock out. We also have other timers within the platform, more specifically in projects, tasks, and tickets to keep track of your time spent on those specific items for billing purposes. Here on the top right, you have a quick button where you are able to create new clients, invoices, tickets, projects, etc. You also have your profile where you can change your password and update your account information. On the left side, you have all of your navigation tabs. The first thing that you see is you have your pinned items. You can actually pin any item to your dashboard so you don't forget about it. This could be projects, tickets, anything within the platform. The next thing is your overdue items, anything that has passed the deadline. It could be calls, opportunities, it could be meetings, projects, tasks, and etc. The next item is the statistics tab. This is for salespeople. You could filter this per each pipeline. If you have multiple pipelines, you could filter it down per each individual user, and you could quickly look at it on a monthly basis, quarterly, or you could select a custom period. This tracks all of your deals that you won, your deals that you have lost, any new deals started, keeps track of all the activity that has been completed, anything that has been added into platform, how long does it take you to close a deal, as well as your win ratio, which is extremely important. You also have your goal tracking. Anything that you've set up, it will help you keep track of those. It will give you a list of all of your projects, your tasks, any account balances if you have access to the accounting module, all of your contracts that are waiting and pending signature from the client, anything that the client has signed, your recently accepted estimates that you've sent to the client, as well as any proposals, accepted, waiting to be accepted, any bills to pay. You have all of your failed payments, so if you have auto pays that have failed, or if you have credit cards that have failed for whatever reason, all of your recently paid invoices. You could see the failed reoccurring invoices, so if you have any reoccurring invoices that has failed for some reason, your lead sources and your opportunity sources. You also have any credit card that is expiring. For example, if you have something that's on auto pay and it's expiring soon, it will allow you to update those expiration dates proactively. You have your settlement summary, how much payment has been processed through the system. You've got your payment reports, your income versus expense report, as well as previous year income summary, your expense summary, and your breakdown of your income versus your expense. This summarizes the dashboard. Now we'll go ahead and drill into the calendar. Here in the calendar, you can see a full list of everything within the platform. First of all, you could see the today view. You have monthly, you have weekly, you have daily, you have list view for daily, and you have list view for weekly. This is very helpful. That allows you to see what's coming this week, this month, etc. If you click on this option here for your configuration, you can actually change the color of each individual option, and you could just simply remove it if you don't want that to be shown on your calendar. You also have the filter option to filter by specific items if you wanted to do that. And if you click on a specific item in here, for example this invoice, it will automatically take you directly to that invoice. Any task, project, ticket, or anything that has been created with a deadline will automatically show here on your calendar. The next section is your mailbox. If you have configured your mailbox, you'll be able to check your emails here within Utiliko. Just simply click on the configuration option and configure your inbox. We do have other videos that will drill down on why you should integrate your email directly into Utiliko as well, but you'll have basic functionality of everything that you have within other platforms, but you have additional functionalities such as relating an email to a specific task, project, etc. So all the communication history is in one place. Remember, that is the power of Utiliko, is bringing everything into one place. You could schedule emails, you could schedule follow-up. So if you send an email and you don't get a response, you will automatically send out a follow-up, or the system will automatically send a follow-up to the client. You could create templates, and more importantly, you also have read notifications that are automated. Every time a client opens up your email, it will automatically send you a notification and it'll show you a pop-up that that email has been read. Next section is the client section. You can create a new client by going to the new client section. You can actually keep track of multi-location clients. For example, if somebody has a corporate office that have franchisees and each franchisee has multiple locations, you'll be able to link all of those together and run reports on those. And if we go in here and sort this out, let's choose this one where we have details. All of the history about that client is actually stored in here. So if you go into a specific client, there's an automatic account number that is generated, created for them. You could edit the information. You could assign this client to an account manager. So if you assign it to everyone, everybody in the platform can see that client. If you give it access to a specific person, only that person can see that client. You could see a quick summary of how much they owe you and how much they've paid, how much is due, etc. You have a list of all their contacts. You could add any private notes. You could see all of their invoices. This is all of their recurring invoices and any pending invoices. All of the estimates, payments, refunds, etc. You could see their projects, any project that is open for that client, any opportunities, the sales opportunities, any tickets. You could see any pending tasks. You could schedule future tasks for the client so you don't forget to do something for them if you need to do something in the future. You could create RMAs. More importantly, you could create contracts, get these contracts electronically signed. You could also keep track of all email communication to the customer. You could send an email directly from here, or you could send it directly from the mailbox and relate it to this specific client. So as you can see, this has a lot of powerful functionality that allows you to keep track of these clients without having to dig into multiple platforms. And we've gone ahead and switched to another client to show you the hierarchy. So you can see this is a Jimmy John's corporate account, and if we click down on here, we could see like a franchise opportunity here, and we can see a list of all of the locations that that specific franchise owns. So you can see now it's the corporate store related to this. It's owned by this company, and this is the actual location. And I can just simply switch back and forth among these at any time. The next section is your vendors. You can add all of your vendors in here. You can issue purchase order, pay bills, and manage your entire vendor relationship also within Utiliko. Next section is your tasks. You can create tasks either to be related to projects, be related to a client, a ticket, or any other module within the platform. Your tasks are essentially your to-do list. It allows you to keep up with everything that you have to do so you don't forget about it. Within the platform, you also have these visibility options where it allows you to keep your columns customized to your needs, so you can view what's important to you and hide what is not. You also have the option to do real-time search. So if you go ahead and just search for task 3, it will automatically search every column and show you everything that is containing the keyword that you have searched. As we mentioned, we also have start and stop timers in tasks, so you can keep track of how much time you've spent on each individual task. Next up is the CRM section of Utiliko that is located here under sales section. You can create a lead. A lead within the platform is anything and anyone that you are trying to do business with. So let's say Starbucks is on your to-do list or on your wish list. You can add them in here. Once you add the lead, you could try to get in touch with that company, that person, individual, get all the information about them. You could discover any potential opportunity and document all of your communication history with them. When you get in touch with them and you actually discover a solid opportunity, you will then be able to create an opportunity within the lead section and assign it to that individual lead. It is important to notate that once you have actually closed the transaction and won the lead, you'll be able to convert that to a client with 2 clicks, and the entire communication history stays within Utiliko, and you can come back to this history at any time in the future in case you need to reference what you had estimated or any contacts or anything else that you had with that lead. Going on to the estimate section, you can create an estimate and give an estimate to anybody, just like invoicing as well. These two modules are very similar. You select your lead or your client. You could add your items, send this estimate directly to the customer. They will be able to see it, accept it electronically, and sign for it directly from the browser using their mouse or their smartphone. Opportunities are anything that is related to a lead or a client. So you could have a lead and generate opportunities for them, or you can have an existing customer that is opening a new location and that creates a new opportunity for you. The opportunity section has 2 views. This is your traditional Kanban view, and you also have a list view. Whichever you prefer, you can switch back and forth at any time. The entire Kanban view can also be customized in the settings section, so you could create as many stages as you need and move them around as you wish. The next thing is you have different pipelines that you can create. So you could, let's say you're running a security company and you have fire alarm sales and you have CCTV sales, you could customize it accordingly that way as well. Once you go into an opportunity, you have an entire section based off of that. You could see a time bar of how long it has spent in each section. You could win or lose that opportunity. If you do win it, you could convert it to a project easily, so that entire communication history is again saved. Any calls, comments, any attachments, tasks, deadlines, estimates, or email communication can be stored here. You have your organization history here, so you can quickly reference to it and see who is the company that you're doing business with, who is the authorized person, and you can see some summary about the deal. How long has it been since it was inactive or somebody contacted them, etc. And you can see an entire timeline history here as well. Next up is the support section. Tickets are related to IT support tickets or remote support tickets. Anything that you do not have to send a technician out is considered a ticket. You have your traditional Kanban view, which cannot be customized. It is fixed for everyone. And you also have your list view. You could filter down by unassigned tickets or any statuses. You could assign it or filter down by categories, by users, or by billing status. This helps you stay on top of the tickets that you have built and the ones that you have not built. You do have a start and stop timer here in tickets that allows you to keep track of any billable time. Also here on the top, you have a quick summary report that shows you how many tickets you have and how long they have been open. This allows you to keep up with your SLA or ensuring that all the tickets are handled in a timely manner. Next, you have your cases or projects or work orders. You could customize the name as you wish, but this allows you to keep track of anything that requires perhaps on-site visit or it's a longer term project. So for example, if you have a website design that may take 6 months to design, or if you are a field service company and you're sending a technician out to somebody's business or home to conduct a service order. You could customize the columns here to match your needs. Again, you have your list view as well as the Kanban view. You have your filter options. You have the option to track by billing status as well. And if you go into the project, you could see a very similar layout to tickets and to opportunities. Here you could start timer, and Utiliko keeps track of your location. So specifically if you're tracking the user's location based on the app to know whether they are at the customer site or if they are clocking in and out away from the customer site. We'll go ahead and give it permission. And now it'll automatically track our time here in the timesheet. But here in the project, we have a summary of the project. You could see we have a very nice timeline in here. Anything that is in red has not been started. This gives us a visual idea of whether we are behind schedule or not. In this case, we are behind schedule because these are red. If they were completed, they will be green. If they were in progress, they will be marked as blue. And then you have a series of tasks that are open, anything that has been closed, etc. And then you have your typical timeline here as well. So let's go to the task section, and we're going to change this to in progress, and we'll change this one to completed. And we'll go ahead and just cancel one of them. So if we go back to the detail page, you could see that the colors are automatically changed. If we do stop timer, you could see that the timesheet automatically updated. We were clocked in for X number of time, and it also keeps track of that here. If you have an employee that you're billing for a specific time, then it will automatically calculate how much you've spent based on the bill rate of that employee. When you create your employees, you can actually assign that you're billing $125, for example, for that individual employee, and it will automatically create how much billable time you've allocated to this project. If you do set your budget on a project, you could have a quick summary and to quickly see whether you are under or over budget. Once you exceed this budget, this amount will turn red. Next thing, you have a certificate of work completion. This allows your field staff on site to quickly get a signature sign off from the customer. Once they get a sign off, it will show all the comments that has been added to the project. The timeline and the timesheet will be in there, and the customer will sign off confirming the work has been completed. You can clone your projects as well. This allows you to clone a project very quickly and easily. If you have multiple projects, you could edit it, delete it, or pin it to your dashboard. Next up, you've got your bug management. If there's anything that you use for software management, you have an RMA management as well. This allows you to keep track of any equipment that is coming back to you or should be coming back to you. You could relate that to a client, to a project, or ticket. Next, you could go into the accounting section. So you have all of your invoices, recurring invoices, all of your payments. It is all defined here in the accounting section. You could receive payments from the customer. You could send them quick email reminders about the payments that are due, etc., or anything that is overdue. You could email a batch invoice to all of the customers at once that have not paid. You could receive payments within Utiliko. So once you go here to the payment received section, receive the payment, you can go ahead and select the client, select any invoices that they have outstanding, and just go ahead and accept payment, deposit it to your account directly, whether through credit card, ACH, or checks. You can also issue a purchase order to a vendor just by clicking here on a purchase order. You could relate that purchase order to a client. You could relate it to a project that allows you to keep track of all of that within that project or within that client. You have your typical chart of accounts. You could add or edit any of these chart of accounts and create your own if you want to drill further down. These are all the basics that has been pre-configured for you. You can add all of your items that you sell. These could be products, services, or anything else. You can add your bank account information in here. This allows you to also sync your bank account directly within Utiliko. So any transaction on your credit cards or on your bank statement will automatically be pulled into Utiliko, where you can reconcile that information every day or every week or every month. The transaction section allows you to pay your bills. You can actually pay your bills directly from an ACH. So if you want to pay a vendor and you don't want to mail them a check, you could just simply deposit the funds into their bank account. You could write a check if you wanted to and create a check to pay a vendor rather than paying them through autopay or ACH payments. You have your entire transaction history of your bank accounts, your credit cards. You could filter down by each individual account here. You can also do a full reconciliation as mentioned previously. The next section is the HR section. So as we discussed, you have your employees. These are anyone that works for you or any outside party as well. So you can create a department for internal employees, for external contractors, or Utiliko also has a full client portal as well, where your clients can have access to view their account history, create tickets, projects, view information, pay invoices, and etc. You could just simply fill out the basic information about the employee. This is the billable hour rate that is used in the projects and tickets. You could assign them to each individual department. You could assign them additional roles if needed as well. Here in the department section, you just simply keep track of all the departments that you have and every employee that is assigned to that individual department. If you go ahead and click on an individual department, you can see every employee that is within that department. Your employees are able to apply for leave and any holiday here within Utiliko. This way you could keep track of any PTOs and any sick days or non-PTOs in here as well. Your attendance is your clock in, clock out within the entire platform. Employees can change their request a time change in case they made a mistake and they did not clock in or clock out. You have a full attendance report that keeps track of your entire time, shows you how long you were clocked in, and also it allows you to keep track of all of the tasks, tickets, opportunities, or projects that the employee clocked in and out of. Then you have your report section. We've tried to keep the report section as light as possible. Majority of your reports are already built into each individual module, so you don't have to run a report, but you do have some custom reports that you could generate. And the last thing is your utilities section, where you could create your users, and these are all of your client users, where they may have access to the Utiliko platform to log into the platform. Your automations, this is extremely helpful. We have some videos on automations. You could create your own knowledge base internally and externally, something to share with your clients, or simply perhaps training manual for your employees. The file manager keeps track of all of your files. You have your trash bin of anything that is deleted, for example, clients, invoices, anything that is crucial to the operation of the company that you want to keep track of. You have your policies and roles. This is your permissions, your settings, and also your billing section, which allows you to add modules, remove modules, or add or remove seats from the platform. So this was a pretty long summary of Utiliko. It is a very robust, powerful platform, so it takes a little bit of time to explain its intricacies and its powers that are hidden within the platform.